Hello, my beautiful soul family. This is our weekly community reading for January 18th through the 24th. I am a day late because yesterday was a holiday and my kids didn't have school, so we spent the day at the hot springs. So I decided to use, or I was guided, I suppose, my Osho Zen cards. Haven't used them in a bit of time, but they are a really wonderful deck if you've never used them before. These are tarot cards, not the energy oracle cards like I had been using before. For the start of our week, we have the Queen of Rainbows, which is flowering. She casts her seeds around without caring where they're going to fall, whether or not they're ever going to germinate. She's just openly sharing all of the beautiful pieces of herself, and the growth that comes from that is a very internal process. Yeah, a very internal process. And that follows right along with what the rest of the week kind of brings in. Although she is sharing externally, the reason why all of these things are going to be abundant and grow is because of all of the internal work that she's done, the place that she has reached. The second card for the week is the Harmony card, which is the Suit of Water, which is our emotions. When we find balance in our emotions, everything else around us just seems to flow a whole lot easier when we can maintain our own emotional reaction and become responsive in that. We then begin to flow better through life. So I think it's really interesting how this is overlaying with the Queen of Rainbows. I just keep seeing her cast it, and it's like they're cast into a stream. She's casting the seeds and they're caught in the stream, or caught in a breeze and kind of carried along into the stream and then flowing down the water. And then came two major arcana cards. The major arcana are major life themes. They're big themes that are up in our life for us at this time. The Inner Voice card, boop, is what was next, and stuck to the back of that was the Awareness card. The Awareness, I tuned in, the Awareness is our overall for the week. The kind of advice card, and the Inner Voice is what would be sort of around the weekend time frame, with Harmony being midweek and Flowering being early in our week. The Inner Voice is really about finding that balance within yourself. Very similar feeling energetically to the Harmony card that we're being kind of guided towards. Inner Voice is just that quiet space of listening to your intuition, which is very similar to the Awareness card. Awareness, as you can see, that inner self is peeking out of the person behind. They are the person behind the veil. So these two, for me, they feel like two puzzle pieces that just come together. The end of the week, by the time we get to the weekend, it may be about just really listening to what you want to do and honoring your truth. That's what I keep hearing, honoring your truth. Saturday is the full moon in Leo. And anybody who loves a Leo in their life, or is one, or knows one, knows that they can be very larger than life people, very, very community oriented, in an individualistic way, but they just love people. They're so very gregarious. So as we go into this weekend, there's going to be a lot of energy on Saturday, especially for coming together and, maybe going out and dancing and partying, having a few drinks with friends, having some friends over for dinner, going out to dinner. Whatever that activity is, just make sure that you're honoring your truth. If it begins to feel uncomfortable or out of alignment or not right, remember to listen to that, that awareness, that little inner voice that's telling you maybe you don't want to go out to dinner, or maybe you would rather do this over that. Honor that. And that's going to help to kind of keep perpetuating the harmony from midweek. Really just standing in your power, casting your seeds of joy, flowing along with your emotions and not allowing them to overtake in any one particular way, but maintaining a balance. And as we come into the weekend, just really listening to our deep inner guidance. More meditation, grounding, making sure that you are tapped in before you tune in, I guess is a good way of putting that. We run around all the time just tuning in, and we're not grounding and solidifying ourselves in the third dimension, in this beautiful earth that we walk upon. It can get real airy-fairy. I'm just speaking from personal experience. So making sure that your grounding does help to make the information flow in a clearer way. Less static is how it feels for me. So I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your week. Happy full moon. Yay, we are coming upon the end of Mercury retrograde, so communications are going to start flowing a little bit easier, as will any technological problems that you've been having, which my phone has been, I don't know what it's doing, so hopefully not being broken. But anyways, I wish you all a beautiful rest of your week and weekend, and I will see you next Monday on the 25th. Peace in.